Welcome back to Giggles and Games. Oh no. Hello everybody.
We are back.
We're back. It's late.
Yeah.
And I can't hear out my left ear, so this is gonna be great.
Yeah, so we switched places today. Sides rather.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Hi left side.
this is our like seventh,
This would be the seventh episode.
seventh episode.
We've technically recorded 8.
Yeah. So we've talked about it today, and we're like, we need to do something. And I haven't been listening to them, and I'm like, I need to listen to them. So I'm like, Laquita, how have we been doing? She said,
You're not in the frame.
oh, hello. She said, stay in the frame. No, it's kidding. She said, you know what? Maybe anything but the news isn't working right now. We need to rethink that. So
Workshop it a little bit.
yeah,
Workshop
so we may do it today, but a little bit differently. But we're not going to start off with it.
Yeah.
But bam!
We're gonna actually start. You didn't grab the dice, so we can't roll for the initiative.
We can always roll for initiative.
There's no dice anywhere.
There is dice
to roll.
right in there.
In here?
Yes.
Where?
No, not that one. Go in here.
Go in there. These are the technical difficulties. Remember, this is all unedited, so everything you hear and see is actually what happened.
Which die would you like?
If these
There's
guys
only
are
one. Oh, here's
120. Yeah,
There's
that's what we gotta
120.
roll. We gotta roll 20. So we're gonna roll for initiative to see who starts off the first segment. We're still experimenting, still changing things around. So we'll see. 17. That is a good roll. You get a nat 20. I'm walking out.
Whoops.
I'm walking out on the podcast.
13.
Haha.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Giggles and Games, featuring
I'm Laquita.
and Carl. So, what are we starting off today?
I don't know.
LL, la 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 la
I don't
la
know.
la.
What are we starting off with today?
We're gonna play this little interlude, even though.
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
You ready to play?
Yeah, I'm ready to play.
Yeah.
Nice.
Tactile play.
So we're going to start off with our tactile play because we are a predominantly games podcast. So
Yeah.
why not start off with something that we love and we do every week?
Yes.
The board game.
Play.
Yes. So last week, if you listened to the episode, we actually previewed the game that we're going to be talking about today. It is a game called
Neotopia.
Neotopia. I'm not going to lie, Carl. When I first heard... Here we go.
I know.
You guys always know that the way the box is, the front of the box is oriented differently than the back. So when we're trying to look at the back to
It's
tell
upside
you
down.
the
I fixed it.
Okay, there we go. It's fine.
Neotopia, ladies and gentlemen. It is by MEBO Games and Arcane Wonders.
Yes.
And do you have anything you want to say about this game?
Well, I want to say, just to preface it, when we were looking at it last week, it was my first time knowing what game we were about to play as well. And I heard Neotopia, and I immediately thought about Neopets. Do you remember Neopets?
Oh, yeah, totally.
I
thought that too, yeah.
I immediately thought about Neopets. Spoiler, it's not Neopets, so I was a little disappointed there. But yeah, let's talk about the game.
Yeah, so I mean, thematically, it looks like it has to do with semi-futuristic.
Different regions
Yeah.
and territories. Yeah.
I mean, it says it's the year 2055, and a group of entrepreneurs sets track to create the most advanced city in the whole planet. And that city can sustain itself in terms of energy and food production, and that's a cluster for scientific development where man and nature bond in an integrated and symbiotic way. So the success of the venture depends on harmonic relationship between the 3 regions of the city where nothing and nobody can be left behind.
Oh, that makes sense because we can only connect resources that are already connected to one.
Yeah, and so we each play an entrepreneur for our cities, and we just try to build out the city, and most successful one wins.
I'm not gonna lie, Carl.
I'm not gonna lie either.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not either.
This wasn't the best game for me, for my play taste. Like even reading that little blurb on the back talking about the elements and stuff, I had no idea what any of the elements were, except probably lightning. That's probably power.
No, for sure. I mean, honestly, the theme does not show through this game whatsoever.
No.
Unfortunately.
It was fun.
You kind of
Did you
play
not
it
have
like
fun?
I liked some of the mechanics, and the mechanics were we had to put down little circle tiles in these spots that are also circles to form some kind of a pattern, and the pattern that we get will determine the points that we end up getting that are on these cards. And that mechanic itself wasn't that bad. It's just that I didn't know why I was really doing anything other than just to, make some points. Like, thematically, it just didn't make any...
Yeah, it was
Didn't
just
do
kind
anything
of
for
like,
me.
okay, I have this project card. Let me go ahead and try to make this pattern. But
It really could have just been any game. If you had told me this was My Little Pony, I'd be like, really? Okay, I guess. But honestly, it could be anything.
yeah. But I had fun playing. Spoiler, I won.
Again?
I should not
What
have
the
won this
what?
game. I was also like the scoring at the end, because I only won because all of my spaces were close together. And
Right.
The third one is like times 3.
Yeah, there's 3
so weird.
tracks on this game in which you can score points, and there's the highest one you get, and then the lowest one you multiply by 3 for the final score. And so all of her
I
points
had
were
20, 17, 16
right, and so she got to multiply 16 by
by 3.
3.
Which doesn't seem
Which
like it's
won
crazy,
her the
but
game.
like Carl was at almost 30 on one track. Like Carl's one track was almost more than my total points in the game. So it's kind of weird. But yeah, Neotopia, I mean, it was good. I wouldn't play it again. I'm not gonna lie.
Ooh! I would consider playing again, but I don't know that I would buy this game. I
Yeah.
would actually, like I said, the mechanics aren't bad. Like, if you had told me this was a Marvel or DC or any kind of IP game, I'd be like, let's go. So, it's just...
Yeah, the mechanics are fine. It's
Gotta
just
work on that a little
I don't
bit.
know. It just wasn't particularly for me.
So we don't know what we're playing next week. Normally, we've started this new thing where we're telling everyone what we're going to be playing
Yes.
tonight or whatever to talk about next week, but we don't have that today.
It's late. We're actually
Yeah.
recording on a different day. We're recording on Friday, September 22nd.
Yeah, normally we record on Wednesdays, which is our
Wednesdays.
game night, and so we know what game we're probably going to play. But
Yeah.
not tonight, so...
Not tonight, so
Next week we'll talk about, I don't
whatever
know.
game we play.
Yeah, we might actually play a game before we record.
Who knows? Who
Yeah.
knows what happens? Okay, so for tactile play, I think that's all we have today.
Yes, so we are going to move on to our next segment. This is pre-recorded, obviously.
Breaking news. Yes, anything but the news.
Right, so as we mentioned, we're going to do this one a little bit differently. We used to each take turns and just do our own stories each, but we're actually going to collaborate in a news story this week.
Yes.
And again, we're using the game called
The Plot Thickens.
Thickens, and we're choosing 2 cards that represent people each, and then we're each going to select 2 cards that represent a place. I'll let you do that. And 2 cards that represent a thing. And this game we're not using the game as intended. However, it is going to prompt us on what the story will be.
Yes.
So let's take a look at these cards real quick. Let's see, I got my 2 peeps. And one of us is going to roll to see who will begin our news story this week.
Yes. All right, go ahead and roll.
Okay, I'm going to roll for initiative. Okay, I got a high 6.
Yeah, that is a 6.
All
I have
right.
14. I'm rolling high today.
Yep, she's the anchor of the week.
Anchor of the week. Okay, so look at the cards here. Okay. Welcome back to Breaking News. My name is Brikisha New Zealand.
And I am. Also, she is also known as Breaking
Breaking
News.
News.
Oh, God. Because it was collab, I figured we'd both be in on this.
That makes sense.
I messed that up.
That make you know what? It's not going to be cut out, but we're going to do it again.
Damn.
Good evening. I am Burkisha New Zealand, also known as Breaking News.
And I am Casey Randall Rick. Welcome
to Breaking News. So I have a crazy story to tell you about today.
Really? I'm so excited.
So we were mulling around in the downtown area, and there was an uptown girl. Uptown girl. I was thinking the same thing.
So what was this uptown girl doing?
This uptown girl, she was literally in her bedroom. And while she was in her bedroom, things got crazy.
Yes. And so in this bedroom, they live right in front of a volcano. So the volcano is behind them.
Oh no.
You know, and she decides to go out to the balcony.
No.
And she smells this air and she's thinking, it smells a little different.
A little different.
Yeah.
And there's something that we need to mention here. When she walked out to the balcony, there were no less than 3 witnesses that saw her in her heaving bosom attire. She was in her skivvies, her birthday suit, if you will.
Oh my goodness.
She was almost in decent exposure. And it was crazy. And you know what we hear? We hear that this uptown girl is actually a secret secretary.
Secret secretary?
Yeah, she works for one of the big time moguls, which it's kind of weird because she lives next to a volcano. But, to each their own. To each their own.
Yeah. And so, she works for this mogul. Sometimes she works from home. Sometimes she doesn't. And so she has this badge that tells you where she works, right? And she happens to have this badge on her when she's out in the balcony in her skivvies. Because she has it attached to her bra so she never loses it. Because she works for a very exclusive company and they're like, don't you ever leave without this badge because we might need you right now, and you live in front of a volcano, we never know when we may need you. And so she's out on the balcony and smelling the air, smells a little different, and she happens to see this plucky kid just kind of like skipping down the street.
Now, what is a plucky kid?
A plucky kid, oh, here's an example. It says, this is something a plucky kid would say. You have no idea how important I am.
Oh, one of those. Typically, plucky kids are normally wearing suits and the little bow ties.
Oh, and this one
whatnot. Oh, yeah.
I guess.
Okay. So she sees the plucky kid, and the plucky kid ran into a warehouse. And I hear that warehouse was holding secret stuff in there. Do you know what was in that warehouse, Carl?
You mentioned that, there's some secret things going on with her organization. And so what they're doing is actually underground. And they're collecting the lava from this volcano and then putting it in this warehouse to kind of store. But we really don't know why. And so this plucky kid, he runs into this warehouse. He actually ends up going inside because he's just a nosy little brat. And he kind of just let out the secret of why it smells so odd.
And what was the secret?
That's a good question, Laquita. What was the secret? Well, that's when the boss comes out and he tells the kid that he has to close the door because the smell of hopelessness is leaving the warehouse of collected volcanic lava. And the girl, she's being called now because she's out there and she's seeing this, and her boss is like, all right, we need you now because this is getting out of control. I don't know what's going on. The fumes is making me delirious and I don't know what the hell I'm saying anymore. And there's this plucky kid here. And so he calls her and says, please come because you are my best friend. And my hope is, and he's losing hope because of the smell. This smell's making them lose some hope for some reason.
I feel like this is a cover-up. I feel like He spilled the beans to this kid. Maybe the fumes were getting to him and he couldn't comprehend that he shouldn't be telling all of these secrets. I think he let out the company secrets to this kid. And now he's trying to cover it up by having
I guess.
by having her come in.
I just have so many questions, though.
I have so many questions.
So many questions.
Well, we'll be hearing about this new story probably for the rest of the day. So we will be back with more developments if there are any.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we'll get back to this story.
Okay, so this is where we break the fourth wall, fifth wall, whatever.
Yeah.
How did you think?
Story, I killed it.
I think
I totally killed, not in a good way. Oh, you thought it went? I thought I destroyed it in a bad way when I started not knowing what the hell I was talking about anymore.
Well, it can definitely be better. I was trying to set you up because I was looking at some of the cards that you have.
Yeah.
So like the location, I was like, well, maybe he'll use balcony, and then you did.
Yes.
And things like that.
Yes, that worked. Yeah, I thought most of it worked until I destroyed it near the end.
You're fine, girl. I think it's fine. Listen, we're not improv. Oh, plot twist. We're not. The plot thickens. We're not improv artists, so I think it was fine.
Yeah, we're working on it.
We'll work on it.
You just have to listen through us working through it.
Couple tweaks,
and we'll figure it out.
Okay.
Thank you for that.
Let's go on to the next round.
Nothing but the news, or rather, anything but the news. Whew, I am sweating. Is it hot in here?
So take off all your clothes.
Oh, all right.
This.
Today's podcast brought to you by.
What is it brought to you by? So normally brought to you by is a segment where we use this game called Blabbi, and it has all these letters, kind of like Scrabble, and we take 8 of them.
Oh, we lost one.
Yep. And then whoever is going to do the product that's sponsoring us will have to come up with a word with these letters. Do I have too many?
Nope, this is 8.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Not these. Like that.
All right.
And then...
and then we pick a...
We also have cards that will determine...
the topic.
The topic, or, give us an idea of what the product will be that's sponsoring us this week.
Mm-hmm.
Who will be doing this one this week?
Well, did you want to roll?
Let's do it. I'm rolling first, and I got a 16.
Okay.
Laquita,
I got a 7.
Got a 7.
So it's going to be you this week.
Okay, so let's see what we got. We got a O, a D, a G, S.
That's dog.
R,
That's
Y, E, and U. Okay.
So while Carl is organizing.
Okay.
So this game is pretty fun. Like, again, we play it, and the whole actual game is you're trying to convince the other players to buy into what you're gonna say. So
right, because it's a non-existent word, and you have to be convincing.
You are not supposed to. I am doing this while you figure out your word.
I got it. I'm ready.
Oh, you're ready.
I'm ready, not ready.
So who is today's sponsor?
Today's sponsor is brought to you by GORSUDEY.
Ooh.
GORSUDEY is the hottest new nightclub in New York City.
New York City?
It's part of nightlife. It's going to change the face of nightlife in New York City.
What's so revolutionary about it?
It is a club that is all about being healthy. So there's water, there's no alcohol, there's different kind of mixes of drinks that are very delicious, that are all super healthy. The air is pumped into the club so that your lungs are enriched with very crisp, beautiful air from the Alps that they ship in.
Kind of like oxygen bars.
Yes, oxygen bars, but to the max.
To the max.
Yes, health crazes. So they have little healthy snacks for you.
Nice.
They even have a person who's dancing, and if they don't think you're dancing hard enough, they kind of prompt you, be like, yo, you better weight that arm, you better weight that, you better lift that leg,
So they try to dance and dance out of you,
they
but
keep, that's right,
motivational.
exactly. They try to keep you going. No one is supposed to stop dancing. They keep going, and then when you need to go to the bathroom, they dance to the bathroom, and they have a little drink. And they, there are little timeout sections, and then people take turns going on the dance floor, and it's a big party. and everybody's feeling good, looking good, and they're just having a great ass time.
Oh wow! I also heard that they have those smoothie bikes in there that you can go make
Yes,
your own
the
personal
smoothies.
smoothie. Yeah,
Yo, they got
crazy.
everything. They got the foods, the smoothies, everything that's healthy that you can think of.
Oh wow! And what's the name of the club?
The club is GORSUDEY.
GORSUDEY, thank you so much for sponsoring the podcast
Yes,
today.
thank you so much,
We're gonna
GORSUDEY.
send everyone your way, and everybody get your dance on. Get your dance on.
Yes.
Yay, Carl! I think that was probably one of the best ones
One
we
of the
had.
better ones so far.
So now we're moving swiftly on to round 4. Fight. Carl, will you be my player number 2?
Oh, you're gonna be my player number 1. Player. It's time for plug and play.
Plug and play.
So, plug and play is one of our favorite sections because we get to talk about the games that we like that are online or mobile or pretty much anything that you pretty much plug in.
Yeah.
So, what games do we have up today?
Well, this past week there was the Tokyo Game Show. And I'm always up on all these different game shows that are coming on. And I didn't actually get to watch the whole thing this week, but I did see some of it, and they featured Sonic Superstars, which, I was a Sonic fan, but I wasn't good at it.
Oh.
You know what I mean? But the thing about this is it looks very old school, side-scrolly, kind of like the new Mario Wonder.
Yes.
Except it's with Sonic, and it's 4 players, and it looks like it would be a fun game to play with friends.
I love Sonic.
You do?
I'm down. I love Sonic. I love nostalgia and the old school side-scrolling games. I even remember some of the songs from the levels. But do you know what I find interesting? I feel like anytime there's a new Mario game, there's a new Sonic game as well. Like, are they trying to develop these together? Or like not like
I think
far
there's some
far
friendly
behind?
competition there, maybe,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think, Sega's Sonic's not doing quite as well as Mario, but I think they're getting better. I mean, did you see that new Sonic Frontiers game? The 3D open world game?
No, I didn't, but it looks cool.
Yeah, it does look cool.
Yeah,
even
I
though
might
didn't
actually
play
get it. I might actually
Yeah,
get it.
they have a new
Eventually.
DLC. And so another game that they also showed was called Endless Dungeon. I think it's not new though. Have you heard of it? Maybe
I have
it's
not.
porting to console, but basically it's like I know you don't like dungeon crawlers, but it's like a third-person shooty type of 2-stick shooter where you can play a different character and you're going through dungeons. It just looks fun to me, and I love multiplayer, so that's something I think we could watch out for, especially if it's free. We could download it.
Yes, Carl is the king of finding any type of free game.
Yeah, such as last week, First Descendant had its open cross-play beta.
Yes.
And it's only until the 25th, so I think it's about to be over.
Monday.
Okay, yeah. And so I actually tried it, and I streamed it.
Yes.
And you saw it, and it looks fun, right?
It actually looked pretty fun. It looked like when you opened the weapons menu and I saw like a ton of weapons, I was like, okay, this looks a lot. But like, it looked fun, and I miss having a good shooter because Call of Duty went downhill. So
Yes, I missed that too. And so I was playing that, and I thought it was kind of fun. It has a story.
okay. First Descendants. What else did you play?
Well, this week we also got Mortal Kombat.
I heard.
Yeah, and so Jason and I, we like to play back and forth. Like, we'll go through a story mode, and each person we fight, we kind of switch.
Nice.
And so that's been kind of fun.
Who is your favorite character in Mortal Kombat?
Oh, Lord. I'm not huge into Mortal Kombat to even have a favorite character, I don't think.
Who do you like playing with?
Any of the DC characters
Oh
that,
my
that are
goodness.
DLC
Oh my
on Mortal
goodness.
Kombat. I mean, Peacemaker's going to be in it. I don't know if...
Here we go.
Well,
From the OG
DLC.
characters, I obviously like Scorpion because Scorpion
Yes.
is amazing. But
yes, he is cool.
I normally played a lot with Sonya Blade, and I also played with Cinder. Cinder was one of the droids or whatever.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah,
Okay,
but he
all
was
right.
the red one.
Okay,
So I played
okay.
with him a lot as well.
All right.
Okay, nice. Mortal Kombat 1. On Switch.
Did you see it on Switch? They were making fun of it because it
haven't
looks
seen it.
horrible.
I mean,
looks
the
like,
original game looked horrible.
Well, it looked almost like it was the original game on the Switch, but apparently it's Yeah, I don't know why they even bothered. It just looks horrific.
Nostalgia.
And another update for Dreamlight Valley, they just had an update this past week where they introduced, I think, Belle and some other things. But you should definitely play. I feel like you would totally be into it.
I would love to play as soon as multiplayer comes out.
Yeah. I mean, apparently they did something like that, but it's not real multiplayer. It's more like you kind of can compare with your friends or something like that. But it's really cool. I saw Jason's, and he has like such cool buildings in his game.
Yeah.
He has like the Terror Tower, and it's like huge. It looks really, really cool. Is it hot in here?
I think I want to play.
I am sweating.
I actually feel great.
Oh my
drink some water. Drink some water, and I'll talk about what I've been playing. I've been playing Faith Farm, of course. Faith Farm is so much fun. I made it to the second dungeon. I'm not going to do any spoilers, but I made it to the second dungeon. I'm about nine levels through the second dungeon.
What?
And when you get to the second dungeon, it gets crazy.
Wait, did you go into that other world already?
Yes.
Is that where it is?
Yes.
I hadn't done that. I didn't find out where it was.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't want to talk too much about it, Carl. That's why I said no, like, spoiler, because I'm not going to talk about exactly what it is or what
I think Jason just
But there's a second dungeon.
Jason just got to the thing where you're supposed to find the portal, so he's almost up to that.
Oh, nice.
We need to play our shared game so we can...
We do. Sorry, school has been crazy. And then you've been sick.
I have been sick this time. It was my turn. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've just been playing Faith Farm. I did play a little bit of the Fortnite update. I played that this week. I played on Sunday.
Anything new I should know about?
There are a lot of new things. They have a scoped-in pistol now. It's very. I don't like. I like a regular pistol, but or not pistol. A scoped-in sub machine gun. It has like a red dot. There's new. There's new abilities. They brought back the My Hero Academia, whatever, and the sky turns green. There's now NPCs that fight you now.
Oh, okay.
And there's heists and things that you can do now.
Okay.
Like, instead of like killing a boss for a key card, you kill a boss to rob them, and then you go to their. It's great.
Oh, with a key card, you go to their safe.
Yeah, but like
take their stuff.
This time they have like special weapons that are like
epics or whatever.
It's
mythics.
Mythics, yeah. So it's mythic on like pedestals, but when you break it, like it locks down the room, and then the NPCs come and try to fight you. So it's also kind of like an escape horror.
And
mode.
Isn't cool. One of your favorite characters your boy back? The
what
golden boy?
Golden boy.
The guy who turns things into gold?
Oh, Midas. Oh, boy. Yes. Yeah.
Isn't he back?
Midas.
I thought I heard that he was back.
I haven't seen him. He may be back. I was only able to play an hour, so I didn't get deep into it. We were just mainly doing quests, but it looks fun.
Well, let me know if One Piece ever shows up in that game, because Jason said he would play.
Okay, I will let you know if One Piece shows up. Ahsoka unlocks soon. Soon she's going to have quests to where you can unlock Ahsoka, so I will be playing that. So stay tuned for that.
And this past week also, I don't know if you're interested in this, but Monster Hunter Now was just released on mobile. It's basically Pokemon Go, but Monster Hunter.
Yeah. I didn't really play Monster Hunters. I'm not a monster girl.
Well, that came out and I played it a little. It was kind of cool.
Okay.
And then also, Warhaven apparently is in early access. It's on Steam. It's kind of like that other game that we played with where it was like Melee.
Yeah.
Except this one I think is supposed to be a little bit more realistic, and maybe Ryan will know more about it.
Okay. Yeah.
Your other half. And I decided to download Destiny 2.
You told me. How was that?
I did not try it yet because I was playing First Descendant. And the reason why I did it is because I think somebody or maybe Jason was telling me that First Descendant reminded him of Destiny. And I was like, oh, if Destiny's like this, maybe I should check it out. Did you ever play it?
I didn't play the first Destiny. For some reason, I played Destiny 2. I talk so much stuff about the first Destiny. And I played Destiny 2 for like half a year. Like I was really into it.
Wait, is it good?
I actually have I like it. Like I traditionally like shooters anyway. So I played it. I got so into it that I have Funko Pops. Remember when those were super big? I have Funko Pops of Destiny 2
What?
like characters.
I didn't
and
know you were that
NPCs.
into it. What happened? Why
Yeah.
don't we play it?
I mean, I just fell off of it, honestly.
Oh, well, I'll let you know if I check it out, and if it's any good, maybe we could try it again.
Yeah, I think
Maybe.
my stuff is still saved on PS4, so.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Well, let's move on to round 5.
It's time for what, Laquita? What do you see?
On the screen. Wait, don't go in there. What are you doing? It's time for On the Screen. And this
On
is
the
where
screen.
we talk about our favorite things that we're watching this week or
Yeah.
news that's coming up about movies and things like that. So anything you watch on the screen. Go figure.
And there's one thing that we watch together that we both watch on the telly.
Yes.
And so we'll talk about that first. This is a
Yes.
segment where we ask you to either turn it down or fast forward us because
Fast forward about 3 minutes.
yeah, because we're gonna do some spoilers
Yes.
on Ahsoka
Episode
episode
5.
5.
So if you're watching on YouTube, when you see us give you the thumbs up, you can come back. If you're listening, just fast forward about 3 to 4 minutes and come right back. Okay, so
Yes.
before we start, I am wearing one of the characters that was featured in Ahsoka episode 5. If you cannot see me, I'm wearing a Darth Vader shirt.
Yes.
Because Anakin was there.
Yes.
So let me start with you. What did you think of episode 5?
I thought it was really, really good.
I think it's the best episode so
Yeah,
far.
it has been the best episode so far. It was super epic, and I wanted to know what happens afterwards. It was really cool.
I am so in love with this show. Like, I was gonna watch it no matter what, just because it is Ahsoka, and I don't really know much about her. I watched a couple episodes of the Clone Wars, so I kind of knew who she was, but I couldn't get into the first season of Clone Wars, so I just stopped watching. But then I learned, she's obviously Anakin's Padawan, so that was very interesting. So I was like, okay, I have to watch this. And then just further in time, I read something that says she's like one of the only people that can hold a certain saber or something like that. But I'm not going to talk about that. But so watching it was great because at the end of episode 4, she got dundaled and thrown into the sea. And then we just see her looking at Anakin, and then they cut it off.
Right.
So this one was great because it goes more into that story, into that Padawan master, like relationship with Ahsoka. But then it started doing flashbacks or whatever.
Yeah, that's right. Back to when they were in the Clone Wars.
So good, especially when she's seeing him walk ahead with his saber, and then it's turning red, and then he's turning into Vader.
He starts like turning into Vader.
Oh my gosh, the cinematics on that was so good, so good. So I really enjoyed it. It was great. I enjoyed learning more about Jason,
Oh, that kid?
the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, okay, that's why he's here. Because
Yeah.
if he wasn't there, they wouldn't have found her.
And if you listened to me last week, I said something stupid that do we think that Ezra is his father? So he's not. It is another Jedi, but I didn't know that.
Canon or something like Kanon or Nan. I'm familiar with that from like, I think a comic or something.
Oh,
Yeah, I used to read Star Wars comics.
nice.
Yeah, so yeah, it was good. But I mean, I still didn't understand why that kid was there. But I mean, I understand why story-wise they wanted him there. But it makes no sense that she brought him.
Well,
it was so dangerous. And not only that,
is
but she's like, "Why don't you?" When he was like, "Oh, can I like go walk around or whatever?" She's like, "Yeah, just don't go out too far." We just lost 2 people, and there could be other people out here trying to kill us, and she's gonna be like, "Yeah, go walk around."
That's why
I
she
didn't
said,
get that.
don't go too far.
No, you shouldn't be going anywhere.
Well, he did have the droid, so droids would at least try to protect.
And then at another point, she was flying around looking for Ahsoka, and he was there by himself on the land.
He had the droid.
Really?
To be
I don't
fair,
know.
the X-wings did, I'm assuming, search the perimeter just to make sure there wasn't anything crazy. But you can miss stuff.
Yo, I think that she's kind of irresponsible bringing her son there.
You want to call
a couple of them, some of them probably died. Remember when they went to that light speed thing, and then all these TIE fighters were like, or whatever, not TIE fighters, X-wings were like blowing up. It's like he could have died, and why are you going out there on this illegal mission and bringing your son, and now you're gonna get fired?
She's not gonna get fired. But that other guy might get
Court-martialed.
Yeah, maybe. And then I ended with Ahsoka communicating with the whales, because I forgot they mentioned that in 2 episodes prior. They mentioned that the mating patterns is how you can follow for hyperspace.
Right.
Yeah, so I like that they folded that back in. So
that is pretty cool.
It was a great episode. So if you're not watching Ahsoka, I definitely recommend watching it. It's so good, especially if you like Star Wars or you
good
like
Star Wars.
Like it's really good. It's like this is probably I like this Star Wars series better than I think any of the other ones I've watched.
Any of the shows?
Yeah, because I've watched Mandalorian, Boba Fett, Andor.
Yeah, I didn't even finish
Obi-Wan. I didn't finish Boba Fett either.
Yeah,
I didn't even finish Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I agree. I like this one the most thus far.
It's great. Well, if you are watching on YouTube, you can come back. And if you were listening, or if you're listening to us on any other podcast channels, thank you for sticking with us.
Yeah.
That was great. What else do we have on the screen this week?
Well, we think that probably after Ahsoka, we will try to do Loki season 2.
You have to watch season 1.
Yeah, I haven't seen season 1 yet, so I will probably catch up with that. How many episodes is that? Do you know? Do you remember?
It's only like 8.
Okay.
It's not 8 or 9 or 10, something
so
like that.
After Ahsoka, I think we'll be moving on to Loki season 2.
Yes.
And I think we both have just a bunch of shows we want to mention, talk about.
I have a couple of things. First, for I'm gonna start with on the telly. So we get commercials now on YouTube videos because don't nobody watch regular TV. But there is this show coming up. It starts October 3rd. It's called Found, and it is so good. It's about this girl. Now this is more of a like serious crime show type of thing. So if you have certain triggers, definitely do not watch it. But from the trailer, it's about this girl who was abducted at like 16, and she ended up getting away from her attacker.
Yeah,
she gets away. So now she's older, and she's helping. She's helping find kids who have been missing. So, but she's really good at it. She's scarily good at it to the point where other cops are like, "How are you finding this out before we are?" And then there is a secret that she is keeping. I'm not going to spoil it because I want you to watch the trailer.
The trailer has a spoiler?
The trailer has it in there. Well,
I
it's not.
I want to know.
It's not a spoiler, but it's good.
It's the gimmick. What's the gimmick? Tell us.
So I'm going to tell you. So the gimmick is she has some type of basement, and there's 3 locks on it. And when you walk down there, so as she's being interviewed, one of the people was like, "Well, you're finding all of these people great, but how do you feel that your abductor was never found?"
Oh,
she has him locked up, and she is using him and his sickness to help
figure it out. It's kind of like going to talk to
Hannibal.
Right.
Yeah. So it is really good. It's called
God.
Found. It's coming out October 3rd. I believe it's on Peacock. But
Peacock.
It's really, really, really. It looks really, really, really good. Also, I didn't realize the guy in that, like the bad guy in that, it's Zach from Saved by the Bell. I had no idea. Yeah, different hair and everything. It's great.
Oh Lord.
So yes, so that's one of the things that
How do we
I'm
know?
super
How do
excited for.
How do we not know that she's the one who abducted him because she was some crazed fan?
I mean, we don't know.
Saved by the Bell.
I mean, it could happen. It could happen. Who knows? But that's something I'm
God.
super excited for. Do you have anything on the telly? Because if not, I'm going to.
Yeah, there's a couple actually. I've been wanting to watch Chucky, so I'm just bringing it up because Chucky's coming back. I think it's season 3 even, but I haven't seen any of it. But I've wanted to see it.
I didn't know it was a show.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And then also One Piece. We've seen that, and we want you to watch it.
Yes.
And
I will watch it with you.
We'll
guys.
probably watch it again with you.
Yes.
And then, other than that, I was gonna mention. Do you like what is that show called? The House on Haunted Hill?
No.
Did you not see it,
I
or
didn't
you
watch
didn't
it.
like it?
I didn't watch it.
So good. And that same person who did that one did this other one called Midnight Mass, which is so good.
Oh my
and
God.
so they have another new one called Fall of the House of Usher, which is going to be on Netflix. and it's sometime in October that comes out, and so I'm really looking forward to that.
Okay. It sounds good. It sounds like some good shows coming up. I am super excited to talk about cinema stuff. You guys know I like going to... I'm glad that movies are starting to come back. Like, I'm very happy that movies are starting to come back. Because it's just something nice to do and experience with friends. So, a couple of things that are happening. First, Haunted Mansion, the very new one that came out July 28th, is coming. It's back in theaters. It's back in theaters right now as you're listening to this podcast. I don't know how long it's going to be back in theaters. At least 2 weeks. So Cinemark posted out on their Instagram that Haunted Mansion is back. And honestly, I went to see it, and when I went to see it, I didn't think it was going to be a good movie, but I had to go see it because I love Haunted Mansion. I love the ride. The movie is surprisingly good. It is surprising.
Which is why you're telling us about it now.
Yes, because I thought it was going to be super cheesy. It is still cheesy, but it's actually really good. Like, the premise that they took with it is actually really good. So I recommend it if you like Haunted Mansion, the ride at Disney. Go watch this movie. It's actually good. I don't know. I cried. Like, it's crazy.
What?
Yeah, exactly. So,
Okay.
well, I mean, that doesn't mean anything. I cry at everything, but unless it's really bad, then I don't cry. It's really good. So go see that. Another thing that just was announced this week, Critical Role. If anybody watches D&D, Critical Role, they are doing the Mighty Nine reunion. Mighty Nine is season 2 of the campaign that they did for like 2 years or whatever.
Okay.
So they're doing a reunion. It's going to be in London, but it's going to be showing in theaters here on October 26th. Get your tickets. I already have tickets. They are selling out fast. Get your tickets.
So reunion meaning like the cast of season 2?
No, so the cast stays the same.
Or the characters.
The characters are coming back. So they're
going to play a session as those characters?
Yes. So it's going to be the reunion of the Mighty Nine. It's going to be super cool. If you've never watched a Critical Role in theaters, it is long. You're going to be there 3.5, 4 hours. So take a nap. That's all I'm going to say. Take a nap.
Wow.
So that's super cool. And I think that's all I had for cinema. Oh, no. One last thing. Because when this comes out, Lion King will almost be in theaters. Lion King comes out October 1st through the 15th. We're going on October 1st. So we're going like opening weekend for Lion King. So if you want to see the original Lion King 1993? 1991? If you want to see the original Lion King in theaters, go. I'm going to be there. My friends are going to be there. We're going to be singing all of the songs. We're going to cry when Mufasa, you know what happens. And it's going to be great. So, I'm glad movies are back.
All right.
So, we're moving on to the next round.
Well, I was going to mention another movie that was coming out that I thought was really super interesting. It's called Dream Scenario. And it stars Nicolas Cage, and they're saying that it's going to be so good that he's going to be Oscar nominated. And
He's still working?
Oh, yeah. He's in a lot of crazy movies, and this one is no exception. He, in this movie, looks like... I'm going to tell you what I think it's about, kind of. Like, part of the premise is that people are having dreams in which he is in. And so, like, people like walk up in the street and see him and be like, "Oh my God, you were in my dream," and don't even know him. And so it's a really weird movie, and the role looks kind of different for him. He's not completely like over the top. He's actually seems a little bit different in it, and so it looks kind of fun.
Okay.
And then also Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't know if we care about that. Oh, we do?
Well, I played the game once.
Okay.
And it scared the bejeebus out of me because I turned around and the chicken was behind me, and I just jumped. So
okay, is that a movie you'll go see though?
Five Nights at Freddy's? I might go see it, honestly. Yeah.
Okay.
I might go see it, just because it's a movie based off of a game.
Mm-hmm.
Is that not what we are, Carl? To the core, is that not who we are?
Games all day.
Games all day. Gang gang. That was so weird.
Oh, no.
That was so. Wait. GG. Gang gang. Games all day.
Yes.
Okay, let's move on. Do we have another round? Because
I mean, I always have reads, like what we're reading, and also music, but I don't know. Do people care? Do you want to hear it?
Well, the thing is, I'm not reading anything except school books right now. I'm in my last semester at college, so I'm reading buku school books right
But
now.
what kind of school books? Like, what is it
Well,
about?
I'm reading 360-degree advertising strategy. I'm reading public relations certification. I'm also reading the study guide for that class.
Okay.
I'm also reading advertising copywriting, and I'm also reading. Oh no, that's it. Because
That's a lot of good knowledge, though.
No, it's
That's great.
You know what? I complain about it, but this is the most interested I've been in reading any school books.
I can see that. I mean, it looks very, very.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Completely.
So that's all I'm reading.
And for me, Jason and I have a deal. So for every One Piece volume that I read, he will read a comic I want him to read. And so I'm having him read all WildStorm comics. And if you're not familiar with WildStorm, it's now an imprint, or it was an imprint of Image that was bought by DC. Anyways, it's a universe that I really, really love and grew up with. And so in any case, he's reading a lot of those stories, and now I'm reading One Piece. And I just want to mention a new #1 came out this past week, Wonder Woman #1.
Okay.
By Tom King and the new Dawn of DC initiative for DC.
Ooh,
anyone who reads comics. Yeah, we were supposed to have a comics club reading Dawn of DC here.
I will start, but listen.
What? You will start?
School needs to get done. I'm so long ago now.
All right, we'll see. Maybe we'll start it up again.
Yeah.
But I was kind of excited because new #1 for Wonder Woman, it looks great. At least the art looks really good. And the writer is actually supposed to be really good too. So, and spoiler, she has a daughter that we're going to be introduced to.
Oh, nice. Oh, I might actually pick that up.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it. Let's go. Backstory
I think the issue right before it, 800,
Mm-hmm.
I think officially introduces Trinity, which is her daughter.
Oh.
Yo, let's go to the comic store.
Let's go to the comic
I'm down.
store.
I love going to the comic store. And then the only other thing that I would have added from the music section, the moving up the charts, and we could actually do our segment moving up the charts. But before we do that, if we do that, I just wanted to mention that I'm watching all those KPop trainee shows, a bunch of them. One particular I'm just finishing watching is called A2K, which stands for America to Korea. So they audition, a bunch of people in America, in the biggest cities, all girls between the ages of like 10 and something. So some of them are super young, like 13 or 16 or whatever. And say they go through this whole process, and then they go to Korea, and then they have to go through the K-pop training, and then they cut until they have a final group. And I just watched their episode where they revealed the final group members and the name. There's 6 of them, and their name is kind of weird. I don't know that I like it. I don't even know how to say it. It's
What's the
like
name?
vCha or vCha. But they said it's an emphasis on cha, so vCha. I don't know. It's just, I don't feel comfortable saying it. But I don't know if I'm really excited about the music that they're doing. I heard their pre-debut song, and I just thought it was all right.
It was all right.
But I am super excited about Baby Monster, who's supposed to be debuting in September, which is almost over, so they better be...
They debut it tomorrow?
Maybe. Oh my God. All right, maybe we'll hear about that. Yeah, so more on that maybe in the future if anyone cares.
I need to give these shows a try, because I used to watch. You remember making the band?
Yeah.
I used to watch that, and I
like
used
those
to
type of
watch
shows.
I love those type of shows, but I like K-pop, but I'm not in K-pop.
I think if you were watching the show, I've been sending you the episodes.
Yes,
they're on
you have.
YouTube.
Yes.
They're fun. They're good. I got into it.
I will check out a few episodes.
All right. And then there's another show called Dream Academy. And so these are all collabs from Korea and America. Nice. Like Dream Academy's from Hybe in Korea, and then Geffen Records in America. And then the other one, the JYP from Korea. And then in America, I think it's, oh crap, I can't remember the name of this. Well, anyways, it's an American studio, an American company, music company. Yeah. So did we want to do a moving up the charts to end, or do we want to just
I think we're good.
Bring it
ending
on
here.
down.
I think we're good ending here. No moving up the charts this week.
Okay.
You really want to move up the charts this week, though?
No. I mean.
Okay, we're moving up the charts. All right. Moving up the charts. Moving up the charts. Moving up the charts.
Yeah,
baby.
moving up the charts
this week.
Oh.
I like that one.
That
I'm not
one
gonna
worked.
lie. I
Like
that
we
one.
improv'd all of these, so
And I was dying. I think I was sick.
that's very interesting. Okay, so we each draw a card from this game called Medium,
Love this
which
game.
is going to prompt us. And again, this has nothing to do with the game of how it's played, but we're using these cards. So we're going to reveal. Ready?
3,
2,
2, 1. Wedding.
Ant.
Oh,
boy. Wedding.
an ant wedding.
Ant wedding.
I'm ready. The ants go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. Remix! With the ants, with the ants, with the ants, with the
It's a wedding.
Oh,
It's a wedding with the ants. We're gonna dance at this wedding. Yo, this ain't ants in my pants.
ants in my pants, ants in my pants, ants in my pants, ants in my pants, ant with my pants.
Ants in wedding. Ants. Okay.
That actually wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. I should have gone with my instincts. I was actually just gonna rap something about an ant and a wedding, and I didn't do it.
What happened?
I should have done it. But you know what? I like when I put it. I threw in the boom boom boom.
Yeah. So this is basically the instrumental. It's not the lyrics aren't actually in this song yet. It's just a little demo.
It's a preview.
Yeah, that's right.
Preview.
Lyrics are not done yet. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Giggles and Games, but you can find us everywhere for podcasts.
Yes.
Where are some of the places they can find us?
You can
Carl?
find us on Amazon, Apple, Deezer, iHeartRadio,
Google,
Google, Pandora, RSS, Samsung,
Spotify. Tune in. And if you want to watch us, you can watch us at Giggles and Games on YouTube.
And we're also on X, Twitter,
X.
Giggles Games Pod.
Yes.
And then on TikTok, Instagram, and Threads, we are Giggles and
Games
Games
Pod.
Pod. And all this information is at Beacons. So beacons.ai/Giggles and Games.
And if you're listening to us on any of the platforms, please give us a like and give us a rating. 5 stars would be great. 5 stars would be great. Listen, if you want to leave us some feedback, some comments, go ahead, do it. We may look at it. We may. We will.
We will if you leave on. I hope.
And don't forget to catch bonus rounds. We have 2 bonus rounds out this week. It's us doing the Disney hits bracket.
Yeah, that's right.
Mine is very lackluster.
Yours.
Mine is very lackluster. But I really like my bracket choice, and it came down to the 2 that I needed it to come down to, so I was excited.
All right, so check that out.
Check us out.
Ant's wedding.
It's ready. It's ready. Boom, boom, ba-da, ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da. Let's go marching one by one. Thank you.
Howdy.
Bye.